Hello everyone, it is Annie with Arachne's Demise as always, here to make the third of my Outer Space series soaps. It's going to be the Moon. I made my Sun soap and I videotaped it, but I'm just really not impressed with the entire process, so I don't think I'm going to publish that video, but I have high hopes for the Moon, so we shall see what happens. I'm melting my mango butter to superfat this with, and I have here with my lye solution, I dissolved some organic dead sea salt into my lye solution here. It's really kind of murky looking and gray because sea salt is organic. They just harvest it from the shores. They don't filter it or do anything to it. There's even a little bits of sand in there that didn't dissolve. I'm okay with that. I also did a deep water discount because I'm adding 2 ounces of Dead Sea mud. So I did my normal 10% water discount, and then I discounted another 2 ounces out of the water because this is quite watery. So I definitely didn't want to, did a deep cut for that. I've never done that deep of a water discount, so I'm guessing this is going to thicken up quite a bit, but that's okay. I want it to be thick because I've got some little gold-covered soapy pieces I'm going to put in there too. So I'm going to blend this together. After that, we will add the mango butter and the fragrance. We'll talk about the fragrance here in just a second. All right, we're nicely emulsified. I don't want to overblend because we don't want to get too thick here. You can see a little bit of the speckles of the undissolved salt, as well as a little bits of sand that I'm guessing is in there. Not a problem though. You may get a few drag marks when cutting, but what you gonna do? Here's my mango butter, adding that. Gonna go ahead and add the mud too. Nice and thick and amazing. Whoops. I'll get every last bit of that in there because it's just too good to waste. Then we'll add the fragrance. I blended 2 fragrances together for this. It's a little bit of one and then more the other. It is very sort of a fresh air kind of scent, but there's a hint of musk to it, and that's what makes it mysterious and reminds me more of nighttime than daytime. You got some air, you've got some greenery, ozone, little bits of water, but a little bit of musk and some sort of mysterious notes. It definitely feels like a nighttime outdoors kind of scent to me. Get that in there all the way. And I actually just blended them together in the one's original container. So we're going to add that. God, it smells so good. All right, blend these up real quick here. All right, it smells good. We got a nice gray base, which is what I was aiming for. I've got some indigo powder and activated charcoal. I'm going to do those three colors and swirl them together. You know, I bought plastic cups to do this with and I left them upstairs. So let me go grab those real quick and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Look how nice and thick we're getting. I'm not mad at that. I didn't want it to be like soap on a stick level. But this is thick. That's okay, though. That is okay. As long as it's not like a glop, we're fine. I'm going to separate some of this out so I can do the blue, the dark blue, and the black to swirl into this. I think I'm going to do an in the pot swirl. I was going to do a Clyde slide. I did a Clyde slide with my Sun soap. That fragrance ended up having some vanilla in it. And even with a stabilizer, it just did not... It's turning kind of, it's like a tan color. I'll show you that when I cut this soap here. The whole point is that it did not stay orange. I did orange, yellow, and red swirls, and it's basically like tan. The swirls barely didn't even swirl. It was kind of, the whole thing was kind of disappointing. It smells amazing though. And it'll be a nice bar of soap. It just didn't look like how I wanted it to look. Yep, we're getting thick though. That's okay. And it's okay. So I think I'm going to do it in the pot swirl. Not even sure if this is the black or the blue because it's so dark. It smells so good. Yeah, this fragrance reminds me of like being in the middle of a field in the middle of the night and just looking up at the stars and at the moon. Now I'm sure in your imagination you're probably thinking of something that smells nothing like this fragrance, but that's the glory of our imaginations, isn't it? Alright, I think that's the black. Yeah, this is the indigo. I love using indigo on my soap. You get a lot of different shades out of it, and I think these will all be very deep dark shades, which is just really what we're going for. Tones of gray and blue and black with a little gold. The actual soap that I covered with the gold mica is like a yellow soap. It's left over from my banana split soap that I made. It was pretty thick when I was pretty cured when I was trying to roll like my trimmings into these little balls. So some of them are like in a little ball that I rolled, but they weren't holding together very well. So I just left the others as like little chunks. So it's a couple balls and a couple chunks, but they're yellow, covered with the gold. I think that'll be fun. All right, better get to blending here before we run out of time completely. Just want to incorporate the color. Realizing that was barely in the view of the camera for all that, and I apologize. I'm still kind of getting used to my new little tripod setup. So sorry about that. Go ahead and clean the stick blender off here because you don't want to waste the soap. I just wasn't very concerned with the colors getting mixed a little. Not concerned at all, in fact. Just going to kind of flop it off in there. Good enough for me. I'm hoping these incorporate well. I'm just going to kind of dump them in there. Hope they swirl when I do my in the pot swirl. Very thick. End up stirring this quite a bit, I think, because it's not really swirling in the pot. That's okay. Again, I'm not going for any wispy swirls. I just want colors to be mixed. My earth soap that I made, well, yeah, it was about just over a month ago now. That's finally done curing. I made my sun soap last week sometime. I wanted them to all kind of be made and curing around the same time. But, you know, life happens and didn't get to do that. But I do have a craft show coming up in March. It's a craft show I've done a few times, but, you know, with my daughter's first year, didn't really do any craft shows because I couldn't really leave her for that amount of time because she would not eat out of a bottle or anything. So I really have been attached at the hip with her for this past year. But her birthday's on Thursday, and by March she'll be able to spend the day without me and without worrying about her starving because she eats food now. She drinks a little bit of cow's milk now. So alrighty, I'm gonna kind of stir this together as best I can. I'm stirring it more than you normally would with an in the pot swirl just because it's thick and I want it to incorporate. I'm not looking for a super big difference between the colors here. I just want it to be as combined as possible. There we go. This is going in a Pringles can. I keep buying Pringles. I know there's a soap challenge coming up in March where we're doing rimmed soap. And that goes in a cylinder mold. So I've been buying Pringles and Chris has been eating them. I think he's happy with that though. Whisk around the side here. There we go. Yummy. This is going to be such a nice bar with all those Dead Sea benefits in here. It's going to be great. Okay, you guys can see. I'm going to go ahead and pour this thickness as best I can. This is the pumice oil, not the extra virgin. So I wanted it to thicken up. And thicken up it did. No shortness of gloopiness. The reason I wanted it to be thick, main reason, is so my little gold soap balls stay where I put them. I don't want them to sink all to the bottom. I've never really put an embed in a soap before, so I'm just kind of guessing at what I think would work the best. And they're definitely, I don't see them, so they're in there. They're definitely not sunk at the bottom of my beaker here. Washed out my chip can. I do not line them, as you can see. I know other people just put some freezer paper in there, but I don't like how crinkly the sides of the soap get that way. And you don't need to line it. This metal looking tinfoily stuff that's inside here really kind of has a non-stick aspect to it. So I actually just fill it with water, kind of scrub it out a little, and it works perfect. You just peel it away like it's a can of biscuits or something when you're ready. All right, we're gonna be nice and full here. I have a tiny, tiny bit left. You know what? I'm gonna scoop some off the top, tap it out, and then make a mound on the top. If I make a mound and then tap it, it's gonna squeeze off the sides, which we do not want. So let me tap over here on my stove really fast. I don't want to shake the camera. Okay, it looks like we're back recording. I'll know when I edit this what has happened. So apologies if I'm just talking for no reason and everything went smoothly. As you can see, I'm really just mounding this up on the top. We're going to cut the end off anyways, and that'll just be the end piece. But instead of filling up one of my little shaped silicone molds, this is way too thick to get any of the detail on that. You wouldn't really be able to see the image anyways, so there's no point. So I'm just making a weird little ice cream cone look on the top here. It's reminding me of the moon so far. Shades of gray swirls, you know, that's really what we were going for. So feeling good about that so far. This little guy's actually, I don't know, this is making me happy, this little stuff on top, so it's fun. I don't want to waste any. I'll cut this up for samples. Every order that's been bought on my Etsy shop, I'm giving a little bit of soap to every single order. Even if you're ordering something not at all soap related, like a makeup brush, you're getting a free soap. So that's what these ends have been used for. It's been great. Alrighty, there we have it. This is the moon. I will show you the sun tomorrow when I cut into this bad boy. I think that's just a more appropriate time to show it to you than now, because I'm all goopy anyways. I don't want to get raw soap on the curing soap. There it is. It's a giant ice cream cone on top. Yeah, but it's fun, and I'm going to go ahead and let this set up, and I'll see you tomorrow when I cut into it. You get to watch that right now, though. Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, it's morning for me. It might not be for you, but good whatever time of day that it is. Here's my beautiful log of moon soap. Really excited about it. Anytime I do sort of an in the pot swirl, the base color always ends up being more at the top and the swirls are more at the bottom. I'm really loving the way that this is looking so far. Here's my little ice cream top. I just could not resist piling it all on top. And I noticed after I peeled it out of its tube, like this was slight yellow tinge to it, and this hadn't had that, but it's sort of adapting that now, but I'm okay with that. Looks very moon-like to me so far. And the smell is coming through stronger as well. Almost a bit of fruitiness to it. And I looked in both fragrances that I have. The one was like musk and fern, and then some orris, which I don't even know what that is, and then there was just like mysterious notes of a woodsy origin, and I'm like, okay, you know, whatever that means. And the other one was the one that I wasn't sure exactly what was in it, and that said lime, lily, patchouli, and let's see, lime, French lavender, lily, and patchouli. So I think that's where the fruitiness is coming from. There's only a tiny bit of that in this soap, but I think that it is coming through for sure. Really excited to cut into this bad boy. Figured it perfect time to cut it. I got 100 order of beard balm last night. I've been making 100 beard balms for my private label business partner. So that's over there melting on the stove, and I thought, might as well cut my soap while I wait for that to fully melt. Alright, I'm very excited to see what this looks inside. I'm not used to having embeds, so I'm pretty curious how that's going to look. Alright, you can see there's one little embed right there. There's my ice cream top. Couldn't resist that. I might keep this guy for myself, or I might make mini samples. I'm not sure yet. Put him there. Get my coffee out of the way. Have a busy week ahead, that is for sure. All right. This will be a nice series of soaps, though, I think. And hopefully this doesn't change any funky colors over time. One thing I read with the one fragrance that I only put a tiny bit in was that it said it does better in dark soaps because it might darken a little. Not brown, but just sort of a dinginess, they said, so that's kind of perfect for what I'm going for. Very pretty. You can see some of my little embeds in there, just kind of like little moon speckles. That was kind of a small slice. I think I need to go a little bigger. There we go. Yeah. Oh, my kitty man came down to visit. Hi, Atticus. He's like, you're in my zone, woman. I like that one a lot. This might be my most successful soap out of my space series because it didn't rise and it didn't turn brown, and I like it. A couple air bubbles on the sides, just a couple. Not as bad as my Earth at all. And honestly, it's not a huge deal. I could feel resistance when I hit an embed too, because that soap was pretty much cured. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm really pumped right now. Slight bits of pink in there, because that was the banana split soap. I just rolled the shavings into little balls or left the shavings as tiny chunks. So there's a tiny bit of pink in there, but I like it. And I'm not sure if you can see the difference, like how this is a cool tone and like the edges are a little bit yellower. I'm not sure if that picks up or not, but no matter. It still looks like it's supposed to, I think. Alrighty. Keep on going. That's probably my favorite one so far. And that's the other side of it. Less chunks, but still very swirly, very moon-like. Really, really pumped about this one. The scent is very strong. Luckily, this and the Sun soap were made close enough together they'll be cured around the same time. And my spring craft show isn't until March the 12th, I think, and today is February the 1st. So they'll definitely be done in time for that. I'd like to sell them as a set and on their own, you know, so you have the option. But I think buying them as a set would make a really cool gift or for yourself. I'm all about buying presents for yourself. Always buy myself a Christmas gift, a birthday gift. Treat yourself, you know. Ooh. Oh, so pretty. I think it looks like the moon. What do you guys think? Oh, there. Smells good too. I haven't added my fragrance to the beard balm yet. It's actually a fragrance and essential oil blend that I do. I haven't added that yet, because I add it till everything's melted, and then I kind of turn the heat. I don't turn it off because it needs to stay liquid so I can pour all 100 of them. It takes about 25 minutes to pour them all. So I don't add that until the end. But once that happens, there'll be all types of smells happening in here. And this scent is it's clean smelling. It could be for a man or a woman. I really enjoy having unisex fragrances available, just so anybody can enjoy it without feeling like they're wearing something girly or too masculine or anything. I mean, I've got feminine and masculine fragrances available, but I like the bulk of what I have to be, you know, for anyone. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Almost a face in there. Little eyeball and a big eyeball, and then a nose and like a smile. You can see a face in just about anything if I'm trying, though. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. I am the most pleased out of this batch. And the saltiness that was left over didn't really leave any drag marks. I noticed one tiny little drag mark. This is the end piece anyways, like a tiny one. But you really can't even tell. Love it. Super pumped. Thank you guys for watching this. I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, I almost forgot. I want to show you some of my sun soaps here. Just grabbing them off of my curing rack. Still in my jammies, please forgive me. Here's these guys. As you can see, it only swirled in this portion. I think my batter was so fluid that because I did a Clyde slide with that, I think the first few pours I did, were nice stripes, and then after that it started to blend together on its own. So for one, we only have a little bit of swirling. That piece is pretty swirly. And then for two, it's totally tan. I did equal amounts fragrance to vanilla stabilizer because I was sure there was vanilla in that fragrance, and it still turned kind of tan. So bummer for me, but they still smell amazing. This is a maple glazed orange fragrance, and I added a touch of Satsuma fragrance to it, so it's a really bright citrus scent with that sweet, warm maple engulfing all of the citrus. So I really like it anyways, even though it's kind of, I don't have my earth soaps down here because they're upstairs with all my other livestock, you know what I mean, live inventory that's for sale. There's the sun and the moon for you. I will take pictures of all of them together. I've got some new photography stuff coming today, actually, so you should see some photos at the end of this video of everything all together. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day.